So we will start today with Snitchuation numero uno. Hey snitches, I feel like I'm dating a completely different person than the one I started with, and I don't know when the switch happened. That happens a lot. Over the last year or so, my boyfriend has become way more conservative and way more religious. Oh, dear God. At first, it felt like curiosity, reading, listening, questioning things, so I didn't panic. People grow and change, and I wanted to be respectful. But now he talks openly about wanting a traditional relationship. A subservient woman, someone softer, quieter, one who supports instead of challenges. I literally might throw up. Apologies. If I have to vomit during this, forgive me. Even when he says it calmly, he frames it as a value or faith conviction, and it feels like a warning. I keep noticing myself shrinking around him and that I'm editing how I speak and second-guessing my opinion. It feels like a version of me that worked in this relationship doesn't fit the belief system that he's building. What makes it hard is that nothing has exploded. We aren't getting in big arguments. There's not been a big betrayal and no single moment where I could say, oh, this is when it ended. This is where it happened. It's just been a slow realization that I'm sitting across from someone whose worldview no longer aligns with mine. But I have so much time invested, years, shared history, plans, inside jokes, a whole life that was moving in a direction that suddenly feels incompatible. So walking away feels very dramatic if this viewpoint could shift back. I don't know how to grieve this relationship that technically hasn't ended, but feels like it has. I also don't know how to decide if this is something we can work through or if I should listen to my gut, even though it hurts so much. I love him, but I don't know if I can stay with him.
Wow. I mean, I'll say this, and I think about this in people that I know from like back home, right? I think people get married younger. I think they have kids younger, which latches you together in a way that almost allows more for these kinds of changes to happen. And like, I think people just kind of slip into these kinds of things. But when you don't have kids, which it's obvious to me,
And they're
you
not
don't,
married.
because you're not like, it seems like this is a fundamental change.
Yeah.
For him too. He's looking for something you're not willing to offer and something you don't want to offer.
Mm-hmm.
And if what he's looking for is some sort of conservative, non-egalitarian relationship, there are plenty of women out there that are looking for that. It is not you. And I would say, honestly, on an initial read, I would say for you and him, run, don't walk.
Mm-hmm.
If that's really how he's becoming, it just seems like completely from an outside perspective, it's like, I would just tell you, it will not work. Like,
Yeah.
you will be unhappy, and so will he.
Yeah. Well, I think it's really hard when you've been with someone for a long time and they get sucked into the manosphere because it does happen slowly. And then by the time you recognize it, you don't recognize this person anymore. And so it can be difficult. And when you have these shared memories and you love this person, but they're mirroring back to you something that you don't recognize, I understand the hesitation and the heartbreak. And it sounds like there's this sunken time concern.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
I would also say it seems like if I could say what I feel like you're contributing to it is that you're not having the conversation.
Yeah, you got to talk to him about it.
I think it would be wrong to continue down this thought path without bringing him into it and expressing your concern and your
values
and your distaste for what he is kind of slipping into. Like, I think you owe him that, I feel like, and owe him the opportunity to not convince him, but point out, like, I often think that men get like this and kind of very much gravitate towards this line of thinking when they feel disempowered somehow.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that that's
not your fault.
That's not your fault. And
or your job to empower him.
No.
But it might be a reasoning like, has he lost a job recently?
Yes.
Yes. Is he, something? If you can point to what that is to help figure out a trigger, that might be helpful for you.
And for him, just like maybe he realizes like, maybe it is just like, maybe it's that he wants a family. Maybe it's like there may be something at the core of this that is wanting, like he may think that he may have it inside of himself that you're looking for him to become more, to lead more or to do something.
The danger of the manosphere, though, is that what they relish is this type of relationship where the man gets more conservative and forces the woman to comport to that.
I think like
so that's why I'm like, you need to get out.
And it's also done in a nefarious way where they don't even realize they're being sucked in until it's too late and they're sucked in. And there are like gateway drug individuals that bring people into the manosphere, and then there's like the deep manosphere.
Yeah, you need to figure out where he is.
Yeah, and I think that's what it sounds like to me. This sounds like a manosphere, like I listen to too many podcasts kind of individual. It is happening a lot. Like it happens to even friends of mine where I'm like, I never thought this would be a thing. And then they start comporting these ideas that you're just like, wow.
But what's crazy is that for me, they start saying that and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And then when it's met with immediate pushback and you can point to stuff, some of them are like, huh. And I'm like, you're literally not getting any pushback from anybody else who can bring facts to the table. Obviously, some of them don't like that, but it is interesting how some of them are in their own little worlds. And the minute that they hear actual ideas from other perspectives, they're like, oh, I didn't think about that.
It's interesting to me, like the whole manosphere thing and really just like the whole conservative view of men is it basically tells them that they have no value if they aren't just leading, if they aren't controlling, if they aren't primary decision makers. It's like if you take any kind of support role in your relationship or even in like an aspect of your marriage or parenting life, then you're some sort of weird beta. And I think that's so messed up. And it leaves women like feeling not supported in like emotional ways. And it leaves men feeling unable to handle complex emotions. Like,
meanwhile, these same men are like subservient to dear leader and other people who are like, oh no, we love that. Please do it more. And I'm like, what? What is this?
And I'm not, by no means am I going full Scott Galloway and telling you that the plight of men has just gotten so poor that we can't.
That women must do something about it.
Yeah, that's insane.
I'm sick of hearing about it.
But I think the only thing that I see wrong with your perspective and how you're handling it is that you have not brought him into the conversation.
Yeah, that would be the only thing. You need to let him know how you feel, even if it's on your way out. That's perfectly fine.
And I also think like give him like I know you're more on the divorce this man train.
They're not married.
I'm just saying like get rid of him immediately. I'm just saying like at least allow him to respond.
Yeah.
He may just be like, oh, sorry, I honestly thought from some of our conversations you were wanting me to take more charge. You were wanting to what this or
I guess the stuff that I'm reading that tells me that she needs to leave is that she's shrinking, editing how she's speaking, worried. Like,
yeah, these are all like I said back. I mean, all I can take from that is these are all things she's done without mentioning any of this to him.
Yeah.
She shrunk herself because she got concerned that it would be the end of the relationship.
Yeah, but she's saying that it's because when they do talk about it, he's framing it within religion, and that's really difficult to combat. So that's why I'm saying I just don't think.
Yeah, it may just be
that's going to work.
Primary.
Yeah, like if you're not involved in that religion and he's going to break up with you anyway.
Well, yeah, the sunken cost is going to be yours.
Yeah, the sunken cost analysis, it's already sunken. He will break up with you if he begins to be even more embroiled in this religion, whatever he's doing. Having grown up in it ourselves, we can like attest to that. So I would go ahead and get out now because if for no other reason than you all just like have different worldviews and values and you're not going to be a match later and you're saving each other some time.
Hey, Snitchuation 1 done.
You're welcome.